even once we started the podcast, you kind of said or alluded to the fact of how the notion of celebrity is kind of, it's kind of not what it used to be. What did you mean by that?
Well, I just think that in this new, especially post-pandemic, so much has changed culturally. People, their values have changed a lot too. What they see is important and even big and and illustrious is not the same. And I just think that with entertainment leaving LA with a lot of just kind of the grotesque parts of the industry. Now, mind you, every industry has grotesque parts. Like, have we really dipped into the finance industry? Like, please. But I just think because it was Hollywood and it was glitz and glamour and it was about big dreams. And now seeing that decline, it's like, I feel like the world, they're all meeting their idols and they don't like it now. It's like, ooh, we don't like this. And then you had influencer culture come in where it's like, okay, we're not quite your idols. We're just like you, but we're here. But now that's leading into overconsumption and hyper consumerism and just now that's kind of feeling the same way. And I just think people are kind of over it.
Yeah.
Now I don't like entertainment leaving LA. Like, obviously that's even why we came out here. Like, and that was the whole, part of the grand picture and grand scheme of California. But, it's, you feel it. LA feels different now. Even celebrity culture, the way people respond to it, it just feels really different. But how do you think it is now?
Well, me being, Gen X. So growing up watching Michael Jackson, watching Prince, Sammy Davis Jr., our understanding and concept of celebrities were people who could do something that very few, if anybody else, could do at a very high level. So that's why they were, people were enamored with them and they praised them and all of that. The fanfare because of talent.
Yeah.
It was talent. You can do something. There's something about you that's, out the ordinary or whatever it could be. So I feel like the magic is gone.
I agree.
It used to be magic. It was magic. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, even with, and I'll say it, and even with athletes, I was never a big sports dude, but Michael Jordan, it was like we really thought he could fly. We really thought that he was a superhero. It was like, man, because he can do something that no one, or at least very few people could do. But now, I don't know if it's the overexposure, just because we see them everywhere. And social media has a lot to do with a lot too, because now the world has become smaller. You can vicariously, at least for what they want you to see, see what your favorite celebrity's doing.
Yep.
You can tap on them. You can try to message them. You can follow what they're doing.
So much accessibility.
Where before, you had to just, your imagination, you wouldn't know what Michael Jackson was doing until you seen him on TV. Or in the trades,
or maybe
he
did a magazine and you caught one of his interviews and he found out his favorite color was blue, and you're like, "Oh shoot!"
Exactly. It was magic, man. And I remember those days where, like they say, it was a thing that dreams were made of, and that's what we aspire. It was the unknown.
Yes.
Now everything is above board. Now it's like, you got your favorite celebrities that'll go live bareface at home with a bonnet on. And it's like, I thought you were perfect. Right. You know what I mean? And they, you know what I mean? You see they got sleep in their eye and it's like, damn, I thought it was magical.
I don't like it. No, this is exactly why. And I know apparently she's in hot water, but this is why I forever and a day will always love Beyonce and her branding, because I feel like she still sticks to that old school Hollywood, Joan Crawford, Dorothy Dandridge. You see me when I have something to do. Yeah. If I don't have anything to do, I have nothing to say and my life is my own. Right. And I like that because I still think that's what gives her, same thing with Naomi Campbell in the modeling industry. Like literally, she's still sought after. She's still that girl 20, 30, 40 years later. And I think part of this is because she knows how to make herself inaccessible. They know how to make themselves sought after because they're not oversaturating, overexposing. You're not seeing every little part of their life. Like you said, every little part of their day, their whole routine. And if they do, it's very classy. It's very, it's production. That's what I love.
I think that's only a select few celebrities that can do that. And those are the ones that actually have talent.
But I was going to say,
you see what I'm saying?
Talent. Yeah.
Those are the ones that have talent because their talent sustains them. So they don't have to be seen and be doing stuff and different things. Now, again, you have different people like, say, The Rock or Kevin Hart, who are very active on social media. You know what I mean? But
it's still barriers
they don't have
there.
to be though.
I don't know, but they still give me barriers though. It's
really?
like
Because The Rock, he's personable to his 200 million people.
He's personable, but I still feel like I just can't reach out and touch him.
No, that's a fact.
And that's what I love.
That's a fact.
I love it.
You can DM if you want to. You can try. You know what I mean? With the other millions of people.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I think that, but then I will say this: it's a catch-22. It's got its pros and its cons because yes, it kind of cheapens it a little bit, but then it makes it fair game for anybody to get some. But yeah, I don't know, it cheapens it though because I can remember when the whole, Kim Kardashian thing. I want to say it started kind of with her. Right? In my opinion, it started with her. Of course, there were some before her, like what was her name? The white girl that
Paris Hilton?
No.
That's hot.
Well, it was
Harris.
her, but
I like
the one that passed away. She was young.
Brittany Murphy?
No, she had a boyfriend that was 100 years old.
Oh, Anna Nicole Smith.
She
was a model.
Okay, but she was a model.
She was a
so she did something. So she was accomplished. She did something. All right, cool. But I'm saying, and this is no shade to the Kardashians, but I'm saying someone who actually didn't do anything, right? I'm saying at least we could go to Anna Nicole. She was a model. We can go to, who'd you say, Paris Hilton? She's an heiress. Okay.
We like Paris Hilton.
Yeah,
that's hot.
but I'm saying like they absolutely did nothing. You know what I mean? And then have this, because I remember when it hit me, I was like, when we had,
I do remember because you couldn't reconcile it. He was like,
so it was the what did they call it? The Carmageddon, or remember when the 405 was shut down, right? And I forgot, it was something like that. But so the news outlets apparently weren't good enough to let everybody know to stay off the 405 to where the city paid what's her name? Kim Kardashian to tweet it out. Because they felt like that would be more effective on reaching the masses in Los Angeles. Yeah. And then that on top of, and this is not Kim hate, but and then I remember when she was getting into acting and she was getting parts over seasoned actors, but because she had the following. Yeah. So I was like, oh, this is different. This is new.
But hold on, let me play devil's advocate. And you know, I don't feel no way about the Kardashians. They're dear to me. But let me play devil's advocate for a split second because I never hear anybody hit this point. So, well, at least not all together. So you remember her daddy was on the OJ trial. Yeah. So her dad was the lawyer. Yeah. So we do got a little bit of generational wealth, nepotism plug-in. Okay. Her mom, Chris.
But she didn't go into law. But go ahead.
She went into law recently.
Yeah, recently. But I'm saying that ain't how she got in the game. But go ahead. Well, go ahead.
But here's what I will say. Men have been monetizing women's bodies and sexuality for millennia. So we now can we now demonize the women now taking it back into their own hands and monetizing their own bodies and saying, listen, if anybody gonna make money off this, it's gonna be me. If I'm gonna put it out there, it's gonna be me. You know what I mean? And I'm going to brand myself as such. And then I'm going to pivot when necessary because now, obviously, you know, she's a European adjacent woman. So it's a little bit different. The rules are not the same for, you know, women of color, of all colors. But the fact that she was able to pivot into now this esteemed woman and this political liaison and all of these other things. I mean, it's amazing to see. And it's like, is it her? Does that reflect our culture? Do we, you know, is she trying to remove herself, you know, from how she came out? It's a lot.
But you know what? Yeah, I can dig that. But one thing I will say about Kim Kardashian and her family, but just her specifically, is she got in, but she obviously had to do the work to stay. You know what I mean?
Did.
And to thrive.
She did.
You know, so, you know, she got in how she got in, and then she really, because, you know, it is commendable. I don't know in detail what she's doing on the law side, but from what I'm hearing, the bits and pieces I know, she's really doing some positive things. So, you know, no, I can never hate on her hustle. But
no, I know.
as a but to trace the pathology back to the celebrity,
exactly,
you know, and the influencer and kind of the downfall of celebrity.